I got you something. I saw it and I just couldn't resist. What does it say?
Nerds rule. It's true.
Nerds rule.
And I'm a nerd.
Perfect.
Yes.
The NeckDoc.
The NeckDoc. Right now it feels grumpy. It feels like that right side's inflamed a little bit. You know, there's something's going on.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to give you a couple days to settle and see, was it just a weird day? Was it the Denny roll? Oh my God, now it feels out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of where my head's at. Very good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're doing great. You do have an unusual leg check today. You're pulling up a little bit, man.
That sucks.
That sucks. All right, you're yellow light, man. Yeah, if you check again like this, you're gonna get adjusted.
So like I'm slightly out?
I'll check you twice whenever it's like this. It's kind of irritated, but not loudly saying out. When you're out, you'll pull up a ½ inch on your leg check, and this nerve will be screaming. But if you come in again and it's like this and it hasn't eased up, you're kind of at the fork in the road. Either you're gonna chill and rest and it's gonna be fine and ease up, or you're gonna come in and it's gonna be more inflamed on this nerve root, or it's just slightly irritated in here, and your body's gonna be twisting hard.
So it's not at the point where it's worth doing anything now?
No,
Just
you're not definitively out. It's just kind of irritated, which will either point to you need rest, or you got a rough night's sleep or something and you just need to chill, or it's getting ready to go out. Like basically all of these cables will run down across this rim and across the front. So the weaker they are, the ones that do kind of hold you up will carry more of that load and tend to spasm. That's why they're gonna be tight. You can try to make it a habit. Is gonna be big chest, shoulders back a little bit, external rotation, so thumbs back a little bit. That's your baseline, and then from there, not extension or flexion, but retraction.
Straight back. Right.
And you should feel it engage under your chin.
Alrighty.
But it's different. I mean, it's not always the same symptoms that I had when I first started coming here. It's different.
Yeah,
Now I can feel it.
you're out. So you're starting to get a sense. It's
Well,
not
only-
always the
only-
same. Yeah, but you're starting to get a sense of the body not being right.
Yeah. Well, also I felt
off.
a little bit foggy.
Yep.
See, that's not hurting near as bad when you're mashing on it right there as it was before.
Exactly.
I felt like in my head a lot of like flush was like a lot of flow. I don't know if it was blood or whatever, but it just felt like it had opened up.
Awesome. And then anything like structurally, musculoskeletal, just like the flow.
No, it was all mental. In
Cool.
the head, all in the head.
Awesome.
I just sat there and you could just feel it kind of flushing. And it's like, oh, okay, that's what people talk about.
The atlas wraps around your lower brainstem, which is going to control hormone function, along with, heart rhythm and respiration and stuff. So you can have strange changes almost in even thyroid function that can feed out of when you release that area. What are you feeling?
Well, because normally when I go to work, and the first thing in the morning I was always hot, and I had like a little fan to fan me, and this week I haven't been doing that.
Cool. Do you feel colder or do you just feel more normal?
Probably more normal time, but normally I would be really hot.
That's cool. All right, welcome to the Ask Dr. Collins show. If you guys have any questions, this is the forum to ask them on Instagram Live. And if you guys are watching on Facebook and you guys have questions, go ahead and DM us on Facebook or Instagram. But the goal of this whole thing is to create a platform people who have questions for doctors, but they're on WebMD or whatever, and you want to just talk to a real person and get your questions answered about your health. Or if you have questions about Atlas Care and the spine or chiropractic in general, this is the time to ask those questions. We're going to be doing this every Thursday, so let's go ahead and start asking some questions.
I have a couple actually from @chiropractic photos. They wanted to know, one, the name of your technique.
Advanced orthogonal, it's an upper cervical specific technique. Whenever you hear upper cervical specific, it's the top of the neck. Advanced orthogonal, the type of work I do specifically, is going to be using engineering-based software to measure down to like 100th of a degree how those bones are shifted. And then from there, using a sound wave mounted on the head of a table to release that joint. So it's very specific with how you open up the neck and prepare everything to release. There's no cracking or popping though, no hands. So you're feeling a pulse in your neck, what else were you feeling?
The part under my shoulder is kind of like that nerve is irritated again. Everything else is just kind of like mental.
What do you notice mentally?
Anxiety and also my appetite gets weird.
So when you're out of alignment, that left side pulls up, your whole body twists up left about 1/4 to 3/8. So your right leg will be longer.
Yeah.
Left leg is shorter. But the legs are not actually different lengths.
Yeah.
It's that your body's twisting. So on the table, it'll look like your left side shorter. But after I adjust you, that should open up. What gets people in trouble is not moving.
That's right.
You know, eating crap, being stressed, sitting at a desk.
I know, that's a recipe for
Pain
pain.
and stiffness and weakness. You're definitely in.
Yeah, I'm so in.
Yeah, you're in.
Doesn't that feel, I mean, you can really, I mean, there's no,
No inflammation on the
No,
nerve root.
uh-uh.
What'll happen is when it does go out, it'll inflame that C2 nerve root.
which I have felt. I haven't been out. I think I only went out that second time.
Yeah, that'll happen every now and then.
Yeah,
If you keep stress low, that's the big one.
that's what I'm trying to do.
There's like that healthy resistance in life where you gotta work through problems or surrender things, but then there's just that, it's like a all-consuming sort of anxiety that just rides you, and that's what just tears you apart.
Right.
Today your leg check looks okay, so I'll be interested to see what your neck feels like.
And I'm going mainly by my neck.
Yeah,
That my neck is feeling not loose, it's feeling still somewhat stiff.
that's not necessarily a bad thing, even though it doesn't feel good. So, especially if you got a really good set, sometimes it's almost like a first adjustment. This is me talking experientially, not even from my experience with patients, but personally, when I get adjusted. Sometimes when Dr. Pierce will adjust me, it's not as good of a set when I get an adjustment, and maybe I'll hold that one for a month or 2 or 3. And then sometimes, man, it's like I just get this really deep set. And he's doing everything the same. It's almost like my body's not able to receive it properly. It's not relaxed or whatever. And I'll get a deep set, man, and it's like I'll hold that thing for 6 months or a year. And sometimes I feel like I get hit by a bus after, because your body just goes boom. Hang in there.
That's fine, good. Well, I feel better now. We just had a check.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.